Open your eyes. In order for you to see what you want, you have to open your eyes. Now, it seems very easy, it seems very rudimentary, but I am going to kind of walk you through a few areas where you might not have your eyes open on a day-to-day. If you're like me, I wake up a few times at night and I wake up and use the bathroom. I just go through with my eyes halfway open. Everything is routine. Everything is just kind of monotonous routine. It's built for efficiency, which is fine. Same thing in the morning when I get up, when I get ready to go to the gym. It's just routine. I can go through the first 10 minutes of my morning and then look back and I'm like, wait, how did I put my contacts in, I wash my face, I use the bathroom, I did all this stuff, I got changed for the gym, and I'm already eating my pre-workout meal without even realizing that I got here. And that's okay from time to time, but when it's really focusing on what you want, you can't just go through with your eyes closed, because then you just end up going through life to go through. And I think that this is an interesting thing. I've talked to a lot of people who are older than me, a lot of people who've had midlife crises and so on and so forth. And one of the common themes was they were just kind of going along to get along, and they never thought about the things that they wanted out of life, and they never really opened up their eyes and strived for something. They just kind of floated, and we can do that. We can float through our day-to-day wishing for the weekend, and then once the weekend kind of hits Sunday, we have the Sunday scaries to go right back into a week where we're just trying to be the most efficient with our eyes closed. In order to get what you want, you have to keep your eyes wide open. And that could be relationally, that could be having a better relationship, that could be getting into a healthy relationship, that can be focusing on being better at your job, that could be getting a promotion, that could be stepping into an entrepreneurship venture. It could be really anything, but what you have to do is you really have to open your eyes and force yourself to see things that are not what you typically see automatically, or not what you typically don't see because you're just going through things automatically. So I'll break that down. So when Carly and I started dating, I couldn't see how special she was as a woman because I was so focused on all the external things that getting in a relationship I felt was depriving me of the opportunity to be with a bunch of different people, was depriving me of any sort of quote unquote freedom I didn't think I have, was depriving me of anything like that. So my focus was off. So since my focus was off, the relationship struggled because I would be in the relationship and I'd be like, I'm here, I'm faithful, I'm committed. But because my focus was elsewhere, I couldn't focus on the specialness and the growth that could happen where I was at. My eyes weren't open to it. When I started to open my eyes to all of the great qualities she brought to my life and how we were able to grow and how we were able to function together, I was like, oh, this is really good. And I was able to establish areas and things that I wanted within the relationship to be able to grow. And then now we're sitting back and it's like, we're engaged, bought a house together, all of these things that we just opened our eyes and started focusing our sights on. It's simply because I opened my eyes to it. The other thing too is, you all have probably heard this 7 degrees of separation. I think that's a really interesting concept. It's like you're 7 people away from anybody in the world at any point in time. And I think that's an interesting thing because we don't typically think about that in our own life and when we walk through certain things. If I'm 7 degrees away from anybody else, I just have to look up and say, okay, who's the first person I know that might know the next person? And then it starts to create this chain reaction. You realize, oh, you're 7 people away from an opportunity of meeting somebody. So in your life, I won't say 7 things, but you're just a few eyes opened away from getting the things you want. If you think about it like that, you'll realize that getting what you want starts with looking and opening your eyes.